What's up, guys? BriarRabbit here, and today I have the lovely
Janice.
That's right. We haven't done this in a while, have we?
No, it's been a while.
It has. I think it's been almost like 2 weeks.
That long?
It's good to have you back, though. Good to have you back on the show.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. So you got a couple of topics for us this week?
Yeah, with the cold weather coming on us.
Yeah.
It was, we needed to get jackets for the boys this winter as they have outgrown their old ones.
That's right.
And we thought we did really well.
Yeah.
At first.
Yep. Sure did.
And we made some killer deals at the store, and everything was going great until we brought the jackets home and realized that
this jacket was great. Okay, so here's the story. We went to a local sports outfitter shop, and we weren't actually there for jackets, but the boys had mentioned that they don't like their jackets. They got kind of that old puffy style that I guess not real popular with the kids these days.
And they were too small.
Yeah. So I told the boys we'd go shopping for new jackets, but we were actually shopping for like Under Armour for you because you're going horseback riding.
Yeah.
And it's cold out. So I look at the kind of the clearance rack, and I'm like, holy cow, this is a really nice jacket.
It was really nice.
Boys, come here. And the first one who came over was Garrett. And I'm like, try this on, see if you like it. And this jacket was beautiful. It was one of those, with the inner liner that zips out and really modern styling. I mean, it was just a beautiful jacket. I look at the price tag, and it was $240, but it's crossed out to be $140. And I'm like, you know what? That's a lot to spend on a jacket for a young kid. But this is a good jacket. It'll last a couple of years, so it's really not that bad. Garrett likes it. I like it. You like it. Everybody's happy.
Yeah.
We bring it. We check it out, and it's actually cheaper than it said on the tag. It was only less than $100, which is. I mean, this is a bargain at this point. You get any jacket for under $100, you're doing pretty good.
And it was a really nice jacket.
It was beautiful.
All the bells and whistles.
So we get it home, and I'm like, okay, boys, I want you to try on your jackets, because we also got Lucas a jacket, but Garrett's is the jacket in question. And I said, okay, try on the jackets. I just want to make sure they fit before we, pull off the tags and everything, because you can't return them once you pull off the tags. And Jan looks at Garrett and says, that's a girl's jacket.
I could just tell by the way it was cut. It had that fitted look. And David was like, no.
I said to her, I looked her square in the eye. I said, why would you say such a thing?
And just curiosity got the better of me. So I looked at the tag really well. And sure enough, it said woman's.
Woman's jacket. This jacket is beautiful, though. I mean, it is an absolutely gorgeous jacket. Garrett found out it was a woman's jacket and still didn't want to give it up.
No, and it's not a woman's color
No,
either.
It's not. It's kind of grayish. It's a really nice jacket.
Yeah.
But it's a real shame. So we found him something else on LLB, and we're returning the girl's jacket.
And he was still going to wear it to school, and he was going to keep it, but I just felt if anyone found out, they would give him a hard time.
I was worried about that too, and I think Garrett can handle it, so I don't think it would have been that big a deal. But if it became a big deal and Garrett didn't want to wear the jacket, then we got a jacket that he won't wear, and we got to go buy him another jacket.
Right.
So I was like, let's just nip this one in the bud and get him a different jacket.
Yeah, and he seemed really excited about getting a different jacket from my little bean. So
good. I'm glad.
Kind of made up for it. Poor kid.
It's better than the girl's jacket, I guess.
So I had an interesting day.
I heard about this. I'm starting to think. Tell me what you did.
Well, so every year my barn does a fall foliage ride where we take all the horses and all the riders from the barn and we go to a local park and we go trail riding for the fall foliage colors.
I think this is a lie. I don't think this actually happens. I keep hearing about these horses and how they're so much fun to ride. Do I get invited to ride horses? No. 2 years, Jan. I want to ride a horse.
Okay.
Oh, we had so much fun at the fall foliage ride. There was a picnic, and we were riding through the woods. Sure. I think you have a lover on the side.
Yeah.
I'm going to ride the horses. Wink, wink.
But it was a beautiful day in the woods and a little chilly, so that's why I'd gone to get the Under Armour from the store. But no, it was good. I'm just exhausted now. It was a lot of riding.
I know. I used to ride mountain bikes all the time, and the difference between riding in the summertime and riding in the fall is that not only are you exerting all the energy of doing that activity, but you're also exerting all the energy of trying to keep yourself warm,
right?
Or cool, because if you dress too warm, then you gotta try and start cooling yourself down. So you're just constantly fluctuating temperatures. So it's a lot more tiring to do this kind of stuff when it's cold outside than it is when it's warm.
Right.
So I understand why you're tired.
Yeah. But it was well worth it.
Cheating on me takes a lot of work.
So I have my question for you. And I kind of cheated a little bit with this question because it was something I wanted to ask, but then it just got reaffirmed when I looked in the comments section of previous videos.
Oh, okay.
It's something a couple of your subs have questioned. So I wanted to know, in as much detail as you can explain, what is your very first memory of playing a video game?
Playing a video game, my very first memory? Probably on my father's side, my aunt was married to a guy named Jim, and he had an Atari 2600 in his basement. This guy had a full-on man cave way back before the term man cave ever was a thing. I mean, this place was ridiculous. He had a full-size pool table down there. The ceiling had these like model airplanes hanging from it, and he had a Atari 2600 with these two beanbag chairs set up in front of the TV. And whenever I would go to there to visit, obviously I would head straight for that Atari 2600, and he had a game called Empire Strikes Back. And so, I don't know, I was probably 5 years old at the time, and the 5-year-old in me, given the combination of Star Wars and video games, was absolutely enthralled. So all this game was flying a little like pixel across the screen, always to the right, and there was like these AT walkers, like the four-legged walkers from Empire Strikes Back, and every once in a while one of those things would pop up, and you had to shoot it until it died, and it took a lot of bullets. There was none of this like tether to wrap around its leg. I mean, this was just shoot these things till they die, then move on to the next one. And that was it, but I was hooked. But my first game that I like really got into was Zelda. It was the first Legend of Zelda for the NES. I absolutely adored that game. I played it for months, and this was back in the days before the internet, right? So if you got stuck on a game, tough luck, kid. Keep working at it. Because, I remember I was stuck, I think it was the 8th dungeon, and you just had to find like this specific wall to put a bomb in, to blow the wall out to move on to like the rest of the dungeon. And I just worked and I worked and I looked and I looked. I knew what the secret was to find this, wall, but it just took me forever to find it.
Wow.
But that game I played for months. I loved that game.
Did you ever play Pong?
Pong, yeah. I had this thing that you hooked up to the TV using the antenna hookups. Remember that?
Yeah.
From the old TVs? And it had two like round dials, and you sat next to each other, and one person controlled one dial and the other person controlled the other dial, and the paddles would move up and down and the ball would bounce. But that thing really didn't work that well. It was some kind of like, I think my grandfather bought it for me out of I don't know where he got it, but it didn't really work that well. So I think it lasted for like a week or so and then just died. And I was a single kid in a family, so nobody really to play Pong with.
No, I guess not. So
but that's it. I guess that'll do it for this episode of, what are we calling these? Rom-coms now.
Rom-com.
Yeah, you like that better than
Ball and Chain?
The Ball and Chain com?
Yeah, Ball and Chain is kind of a negative. I don't know. I don't like it too much.
I guess it depends on how you see it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.